Hey guys, Professor Bill Comic Book University and the Avengers issue number 11. That's right, we got some dating action here. Matchmakers.com, Gamma Edition. Okay, so let's get into who made this comic book so we can start talking about it. This is The Strength and Conviction of Philip Coulson by Jason Aaron, Ed McGuinness, and Corey Smith. Anchors and finishes, Mark Morales, Scott Hanna, and Carl Kessel. Color art, Eric Arcianega. Letters, VC's Corey Petit. Oh, McGuinness and Marty Garcia did the cover. The variant covers, bunch of them, Alan Davis, Mark Farmer, Matt Hollingsworth, Carlos Pacheco, Aneke, and Jason Keith. And of course, the Avengers were created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. So Agent Coulson is sitting down on a chair and he's looking at this cat, and we never find out who this dude is. We never find out who this other dude is. But Coulson's sitting there with his gun, and he's all like, talking to him. He's like, hey man, I don't want to have to, kill you or anything like that, but you got to understand, I came back and I owe Dead One a bullet. But, Deadpool, he's going to get it. I'm going to shoot him, all right, because he killed me. So all of that is still in functionality. It's in full functionality for the background of the Marvel Universe and whatnot in the comic books. So he's like, I'm going to have to kill you. Now, I think that you just delay. I'm trying to ask you, you're a spy for the Avengers, right? Right. You want to find out what happened in Alaska, right? And dude's all like, Coulson, man, you're a good person. I know you. You're a really good guy. You're not the type of person who would do something like this. It's like, I'm going to shoot you in the leg now. And he does. Shoots a guy right in the leg, right in the right leg. All right, right in the lap. And he's like, you're just trying to get out those ropes so you can come after me and kill me, aren't you? Aren't you? He's like, Coulson, I got out of these ropes 10 minutes ago. I'm just trying not to kill you. Bullet in his leg, talking about I squeezed out of these ropes 10 minutes ago and I'm still sitting here. Like he's trying to get some more information out of Coulson. Coulson's not having it. Coulson, stone cold, puts a cap in his ass. Well, in his chest, more specifically. And the guy dies, apparently. Here's the trick. We don't know who this guy is. We don't know who this guy is. Now, this guy might actually be one of those healers. So the guy might not actually be dead, but in the meantime, it seems like he is, and it seems like Coulson has taken a huge shift. He's talking about, I don't care about my Captain America Avengers card, I'm going to set him on fire. I don't care about all these index cards I made, talking about all the different superheroes and my, the synopsis of their powers and all the little fake superhero origins I gave for all of them just because I was a huge fan. No, I feel like an idiot now with all that stuff. Right now, all I care about is shooting somebody, and it's going to be you. It's dark, man. This is what do you call it? Agent Coulson, Dark Reign. That's what this is. So everything else, we get a lot of really cool interaction. Not a lot with Robbie Reyes or Carol Danvers in this one, but I will say, man, I know there's some people who are saying, I don't like the art, I don't like the art, I don't like the art. Whatever, man. I like the art. I think all this art is gorgeous, man. Carol just looks good here. Robbie looks good here. Everybody looks good. They have a bunch of different heroes in here. They look good. And right in here, all three of those people working on inks, dude, that's some brilliant ink work right there. Dude, look, I want you to look at it this way, okay? If you, that's what I'm talking to you, son. If you could draw like this, if you could just ink like this, tell me, would you still maintain the same career that you got? Yeah, that's what I thought. Dude, this is awesome art. The art on this is great. But obviously, for me, the favorite part that I've got is exactly what I'm seeing on the cover. Is what do you call it? Hulk. She-Hulk. She's even called She-Hulk here. And I hope that they do return to calling her She-Hulk. Just calling her Hulk is a little bit. It's a little weird. She's She-Hulk. All right, there ain't nothing wrong with being called She-Hulk. What do you call it? And Thor. All right, these two are just hanging out. And I'm just saying, Thor is so smooth in this one that I'm thinking to myself, you know what? If ever I find myself back on the market, I might be using some of these lines to try and, hook up with the honey. I'm just saying, just go judge me. Judge me, son. Judge me. Pull a Tupac. Only God could judge me now. But real talk, man. This dude, he was smooth. He's all like, And all of a sudden, like, he's getting it on with She-Hulk. And it's like, oh, man, they're in the Savage Land. And you wonder, like, is that another asteroid come to destroy and wipe out all of dinosaurs and humanity? Is this the extinction agenda? No, it's these two knocking boots. Whoa. Talking about a second San Andreas fault. It's too much information. TMI. But I think that obviously the main focus on the story here is this big meeting that T'Challa has with all these different heads of state up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets interesting. I love how Sunfire is played really well. I always enjoy seeing Saba and Arabian Night getting into it with each other, and they were actually really civil in this one, which is also refreshing. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to just be, because, like, you know, I hate to say this, as a guy who lived in Saudi Arabia for 5 years, hate to be the one to have to break the news to all you guys, but even though the citizens in general may disapprove strongly of Israel, the idea is Saudi Arabia and Israel are actually closer allies than America is with, like, Great Britain. Dude, and I could tell you some stories about wars back then. I could tell you some stories about guns facing the other way. Just saying. So it's silly. It's always silly to me to see, you know, how detached from reality a lot of people are, because they hear, oh, Muslims hate Jews and Jews hate Muslims. But you know what everybody loves? Everybody loves green, baby. Everybody loves green. So at the end of the day, no. Saudi Arabia and Israel are actually like that. Tight. And it's probably not such a bad thing to say. Thick as thieves. Ooh. So, yeah. This version of them actually makes a lot more sense than any other version that I've ever seen of them. Because, boom. So, that being said, I like the idea that Red Widow is playing games and that she's smart. Is she as smart as T'Challa? I hope not, because I do like the idea of maintaining the fresh concept that T'Challa is the smartest one there is. I went there, all right? Maybe not like, you know, Tony Stark is better at this, you know, Reed Richards is better than that, Ant-Man's better than that, whatever. I don't care. The idea is, though, that T'Challa is a jack of all trades, okay? Individuals can be better at him at individual subjects, but T'Challa has them all. And that's how you can't approach him. Because if you could beat him here, he's got 7 other ways to come at you. That's one of the things that I've always loved about T'Challa. Keep T'Challa brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Keep him OP. Keep T'Challa OP. But having Ursa Major here instead of the Crimson Dynamo, you got to know that was all Red Widow. And I love that. I love the little strategy play here. I can imagine both of these two sitting there trying to play chess, and one's doing it in good graces, and then the Red Widow is all like, This is awesome. I really do love this. This was a really solid comic book, man. I like this. This is one of those comic books that, you know, it's a huge team effort, and you could tell it's a team effort. Not just the team making this, but the team making this makes it so that all of these guys, these Avengers, they're all doing something different. There was, for the most part, no Iron Man in here. There were some Iron Men in here. Once again, T'Challa's freaking awesome. But there was no Captain America whatsoever, no Tony Stark. I'm good with that, giving a little bit of a breather of some of these characters. That helps the comic book to stay fresh. We don't get bogged down with what's the character doing this week, you know, or this month or whatever. It's like, oh, this character's not even in here. I could focus on other characters instead. It's a brilliant idea. It's a brilliant idea, and it makes sense, because even if they're going to go into battle, if all the Avengers are always in the battle, when does anybody get a break? When does anybody get to be in their own solo run? You know what I'm saying? Something along those lines. So I like the way that the Avengers are being played in this, dude. Jason Aaron, he knows how to write his comic books. And if you just have a blank mindset of, no, the Avengers have to go to this threat and this threat and this threat. No. That's fine, and that works too. But you know what really works is the idea that sometimes these guys need to sleep. Sometimes these guys need to go off and do something else. They got something else they're going to be worrying about. So next issue, we might find out what Tony Stark and Captain America were doing. You know what I'm saying? And then we won't have any more of these two in that particular issue or whatever. You know, I'm digging that. I definitely dig that. I like the idea these guys all have their own agendas, their own lives. That's perfect for me. You know, Robbie Reyes. Who can I bother? Carol Danvers. I think we're all kind of busy, bud. Sorry. It was good and it played really well in here. And adding the component of Phil Coulson in here, man, he could be this is the thing that always bugged me about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV series, is that he slowly but surely started to get more and more, or I should say less relevant, you know, more and more irrelevant. But why do the double entendre? He became less relevant as the series went on. Every so often he'd have a cool moment, but, you know, the whole purpose was to let everybody else do their thing. Now, I love this. I love the idea that we're going to see Agent Coulson come back and apparently genuinely be in charge and broke no crap from anybody. It's a good comic book, man. I'm loving this. And of course, like they say on the front, War of the Realms. War of the Realms in just 4 more months. A little scared. I'm a little scared. Are you scared? Don't be scared. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.